Michael Martini, M-A-R-T-I-N-I, shaken, not stirred. Nobody wants to believe you have a name like Martini. And as soon as they figure it out, boy, they got all sorts of wisecracks. Well, I was born and raised in wine because my grandfather actually started the winery, our first winery in 1922, at the beginning of Prohibition, and we made wines that were medicinal wines and sacramental wines. I got my degree in 1976 from the University of California, Davis as a winemaker, and came on in 1977, and been making all the mistakes since then. There was actually a Nicolini winery. It's a little tiny winery in the mountains that was homesteaded in 1890. We agreed to say that we were the oldest continuously operated winery in the Napa Valley because old man Nicolini didn't get out of jail because he was bootlegging during Prohibition until we had started ours up. But we only do Cabernet Sauvignon so we can really focus on what we do. And it's such an interesting variety. You know, it's the king of red wines. It is the #1 produced, I think, red wine in the world. Cabernet has so many different aspects to it, dependent upon where you grow it, that we spend all our time trying to capture those qualities in the Cabernet Sauvignon. And so when you go to Napa, you have colder nights, warmer days. When you're in Sonoma, you have warmer nights, cooler days. Well, the region affects the price in terms of the vineyards that you're buying from, the price of the grapes in that particular area, but also the amount of effort that goes into making that bottle. The more you put into it, the more you have to charge for it, obviously. So we have a Sonoma County, which is about $18 a bottle. We have Napa Valley, which is about $25 a bottle. We have an Alexander Valley Reserve, which is about $35 a bottle. And then our kingpin is our Monterosso single vineyard, 45-year-old vines up on top of the mountains, and that's about $75 a bottle. Well, we're going to taste, I was thinking the Napa Valley would be ideal because it really is the center of what we do. We're in Napa Valley, located in Napa Valley. This comes from a lot of different growers in the Napa Valley, so it really represents what Napa Valley is all about. If you come from a single vineyard, you kind of taste like the vineyard, but if you put a bunch of vineyards together, you taste like the area. I didn't spell it on myself. Now this smells like black cherries, and it has a hint of vanilla, chocolate, a little bit of smoky quality from the barrel itself. And then, of course, at a certain point, you know, you're smelling it and then you have to taste it. So, and it's like what I anticipated since I made this wine. I don't know what it tastes like already, but it has a gentleness and a softness to it that I think somebody is thinking $25, you know, and is going to have it with dinner tonight, would be looking for. The contrast would be if I did the Monterosso, which has a lot of chew in it because I make that wine to age. This is not going to age as long because it's a little bit softer, but it's ready, you know, a little more ready to drink, and still has a lot of vivaciousness and fruitiness to it. And the balance in the mouth is great. You only have 4 tastes: sweet, salt, sour, and bitter. And that is well balanced in this wine. And I'm Mike Martini. The Louis M. Martini Cabernet Sauvignon is my pick for the week. Enjoy it at home. Pop the cork.